We did sort of mention it at the start. He had a horrendous record at Cuttack, just the reverse of what he had at Vizag, and the result was the opposite. He had a great record at Vizag, first ball duck. Today he comes into a ground where he just hadn't ticked the boxes, and typical of Virat Kohli, he would have told himself, look, is there a place where I haven't scored runs? Let me fix it.
Yeah, and this is not your classical Virat innings. This is a innings in which he's never quite got going. Got a couple of strokes that look good, but otherwise he ran hard and he did the hard yards. And these are the innings that define batsmen like Virat Kohli. There are days that Virat Kohli will look like God and he'll get the runs. This is the kind of day where he looked like nothing, but you go back, you see that 80 odd runs, you see that strike rate of 104, and you say he's battled through it. And great players basically give you runs even when they look completely out of form.
Ugly runs, they call them.
Ugly runs.
Ugly runs.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that is the key. You're spot on. I mean, it wasn't a fluent Kohli type innings, but he just gets the job done.
Yeah,
and that was it was a tired shot to get out too, I think, wasn't it? It was just, he just looked like maybe he was a little bit exhausted because he had run so hard because he wasn't finding the middle of the bat consistently. He'd run so hard, it just looked like a bit of a tired shot to get out as well.
Just 36 of boundaries, which is not at all, I mean, Virat hits so much more, not a single six. That's not his kind of innings. So yeah, and I remember even when Rohit, took out his helmet, the amount of, it was the moisture out there, it was hot. These were difficult conditions to bat in.
And when you're the captain, that's the important stuff. I mean, that's what your team sees. The team sees when you're struggling, but you still produce the goods. And when you're the skipper, and that's the sort of skipper and the leader that he is, that the team looking around going, geez, Virat's struggling. I mean, it's not easy, but just look at how he's fighting through. Look how he's still putting a score on the board when he knows that it's not easy, and he knows he's not at his best. So that's what you take from that sort of innings from him.